Hey guys, how's it going? Today I want to give you the video that has been requested by so many people recently. My experience at HCS and how the Halo CE remake went, or rather my playthrough experience. I know you guys have been asking for it a while, so it was going to be out like today, earlier today, or maybe yesterday by the time this video comes out, but things ended up coming up and so I wasn't able to work on it. And I apologize, it's been a long time. I've just been super busy with school, work, etc. So, but without further ado, let's begin. So, first thing I want to talk about, I got being able to attend this HCS this year was amazing. I mean, the event was just phenomenal. I had never been to one before, and so being able to attend one in person, not just watch the live stream, but being able to attend one in person, let alone, actual final championship was just amazing. If you get the chance in the future, or whenever, you should go, 100%. I understand that it's going to be a long time, or at least a decent amount of time, until we get to actually able to be, or to attend at one of the events, because of the new Halo game, but I digress. But I'm just going to make a few points. I have some on my notes here about what I was able to do and see, and then I'll get straight into the remake, because I know that's probably what you guys are here for. So number one, I got to meet Simon from the domain, like in person. He was there. I got to get a picture with him. That was very cool. It was good to meet him in person and actually talk to him in person. I'm not going to show you the picture just for my privacy, of course, but it was really cool to actually be able to meet him and talk to him about the state of Mega and even Halo. But another content creator, because I saw some of them anyway. I saw late night gaming. I didn't talk to him in person, but I also saw General Keed. But another guy that I got to meet in person and get a picture with, and he even signed one of my posters, was Hidden Xperia. If you guys are familiar with Hidden Xperia, he's like a lower channel. He talks about Halo and Marathon and a variety of other ones. But I had been following him for a long time. And so being able to meet him, it was really great, and talk to him about Halo and the Unreal Engine reveal and all that kind of thing was great. I said that a lot, but it was really cool, and he's really awesome. Like, they're both awesome in person, but he was great. Now going to the next people I got to meet. I didn't get to meet Jen Taylor and Cortana in person, but I got to watch them talk, like the Mad Libs and the reveal of the weapon's actual name, and I got to see them talk about their experiences with Halo and stuff. That was really cool. I could see them in person, but I got to talk to the lead creative design at Halo Studios. I got him to sign on my posters too, so that was cool. Being able to meet the lead creative design for the guy, or for the company, that owns my favorite game ever, so that was awesome. And kind of the last thing I want to talk about regarding the actual experience at HCS, I got to watch the esports teams play. I was rooting for FaZe Clan. That's kind of my team. I've always been a FaZe Clan guy, but they got knocked out relatively early, and so I went for Shopfire Rebellion, and Shopfire Rebellion won. It was really great. I'll play a clip recorded on screen, like their winning thing. It was great. It wasn't even close.
And Meteoric rises free, outdone in the Halo Championship Series, and is now 4 kills away. Alongside Last Shot from hoisting the trophy, 46-27 here. It has been an absolute steam train of a performance in this game from Shopify Rebellion. They have run over Optic Gaming in this game time, but with 1 kill to go. The only question is, who wants it?
I was kind of glad they won, because they were kind of the underdogs, and so seeing them win was really cool. So go Shopify Rebellion. Alright, so now we're going to talk about the remake, the Halo Campaign Evolved remake, or sorry, Halo Combat Evolved remake. I have a lot of thoughts about it, and I've seen a lot of people's takes on it, and so I'm gonna get into my own, and we'll just jump straight into it. Just before I begin, I apologize for the lack of gameplay, at least on Real 5. I didn't really record much because we were timed on how much we could actually play, and so I had a little bit of it, just small sections, photos, and some videos, but I just have CE. I figured CE was appropriate. But anyway, let's get into it. So the first thing I want to mention is I have a list here. The first thing I want to mention is the UE5. It looks great. Okay, it looks fantastic. The water, I was talking to Hidden Xperia. The water looks really good. The water looks great. It's like way better than anything. And I know that's something that is like, oh wow, it's water, but it was so cool to see the water like that, man. It looked great. The terrain, especially, because we were only able to play the silent cartographer, and just the terrain around that island looked so good. It was fantastic. And there's also some like crabs in the beaches and stuff, and there was some other wildlife that I wasn't paying too much attention to, but I did see the crabs. I thought that was really cool to see them. You know, just all the attention and detail that Halo Studios has put into just the area around it alone. It looks great. Another thing that I want to mention is the effects. The effects look phenomenal. Everything. Minus, and I have a little bit of a gripe, and I think maybe other people do. I've heard some other people talk about it. Not as common, but I've heard people talk about it. The gun sounds, at least with the Magnum and the assault rifle, and I think maybe the plasma rifle, they don't sound this like anywhere similar to the Halo Combat Evolved predecessor. They don't sound similar. The Magnum sounds much like the Halo 5 one, and the assault rifle just sounds like a normal assault rifle you might find in Call of Duty, which is, you know, a little bit strange. But, you know, a couple things to consider. Number one, it is a remake, so they're going to change things, and they're going to have creative liberties, and ultimately, it's not the end of the world if they don't. And two, this is the demo, so it's the pre-game thing. I wouldn't even call it a demo. I just call it like a little. I don't even know how to describe it, but it's not the final product. So there's still time to change it. But we shouldn't take anything based off of, like, we shouldn't take this and think, okay, this is going to be the permanent result. So that's my only gripe with it. I wish they had just made it more faithful to the original. And kind of, you know, moving on to the, or similar to that, some of the muzzle flashes, especially with the assault rifle, aren't very like prominent. Like, I don't know for sure. Like, I know because I can hear the sound from the headphones, but sometimes, like, if it was silent, I wouldn't even know if I was shooting or not, minus recoil, of course, but you could barely tell. Like, with the Magnum on screen and the assault rifle on screen in the original Combat Evolved game, you can really tell when you're shooting. With the Campaign Evolved remake, it's kind of iffy. Like, the flashes either aren't big enough or aren't there. I think aren't big enough. So that's my one complaint about it. I didn't really have that problem with plasma weapons. I think it was strictly just UNSC weapons, and so that could be fixed with no problem. But it's not really a big deal at all in the slightest, so I'm not worried about it at all. One cool thing that I thought was cool was the fact that the weapons are faithfully remade to the OG game. I think obviously the designers took a couple like creative liberties, but based off of what I've already showed you guys and what I'll put on screen now, they're relatively the same. They're pretty faithful to their Combat Evolved predecessors, so I'm happy with that. The next thing I want to talk about is sprint. So I was told, and I've heard from a variety of sources, that the sprint will be toggled. Like, you can choose between whether or not you want to enable sprint or have it off. And the sprint wasn't in the demo, or the sprint was, but the toggle wasn't. Sprint is not bad, and at least Combat Evolved, Campaign Evolved rather. I don't think, I understand if you don't like sprint, that's totally fine. I have a very mutual very mutual view on sprint. I think it's not the worst thing, and I think if as long as it can balance, if you can get rid of sprint and you can just want to walk, like if that just makes you walk faster, as if you were sprinting but you're not actually, then that's fine. I don't see a problem. I think there was no sliding or anything, so it's not like modernizing it quite. It's just adding sprint, and I think sprint wasn't a huge problem, and I might get crucified for saying that, but I don't think it was that big of a problem, to be quite honest with you guys. Now, I don't want to make this video too long, so I'm going to kind of cut it short a little bit, but the last couple things I'm going to mention are, number one, you can have your criticisms on Halo Studios and what they have made with this campaign-involved project. But one thing you gotta understand is this. This is a remake, not a remaster. I've seen tons of comments from tons of people complaining about how you've already had a remaster and a second remaster is not a good thing. But it's not. It's not. It's totally different. Remaster and remake are very different things, and so people should not mistake them. In this case, remaking means we get more content, we get more weapons, we get more missions. So it's not just a new coat of paint. It's a new coat of paint on top of extra things that weren't in the original game. They weren't an anniversary either. So it is important to distinguish between the two because they're not the same. And the last thing I want to mention is I'm not a Halo Studios glazer. I'm not a 343 glazer, but I think it is important that we don't decide what the campaign evolved remake is going to be based off of strictly what we saw, like with all the assets and stuff. Like obviously I think they're going to have some infinite assets in there, and that's fine, but I think we're going to see a lot more changes and improvements into the game. This is just a simple test run for people who attended the event, so it's not nowhere near finished, and so we should take what we see essentially with a grain of salt, because we don't know for sure if that's going to be an actual game. That might just be a placeholder, if that makes sense. Like, they may be using infinite elites right now, but that doesn't mean it might be in the game. That just means it was probably just a placeholder that they put in for the event so we could get early access. But anyway, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be good. I'm excited, and I'll update you guys further. Sorry for this really delayed releasing time. It's been really busy. But anyway, thank you for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.